Only a couple of small jobs today. Changing the indicator here. I kept getting the little warning light. It was an intermittent thing, so every now and then this indicator would work and then it wouldn't work and whatever. There must have been a crappy connection on that anyway. So pretty easy to change them out, to be honest. So all it is you put the screen, the mirror all the way down, and then you use a little pick. I'll show you the pick in a minute, to pick the little ring off and then unclip that, and then that falls out, and then you put the mirror in the more upright position, and then it allow you to undo the top of it and then the bottom of it. So there's actually little locator pins on the back of this that actually locates the mirror, so you can't just put it in one position and then try and force the actual mirror out. You've got to push it back up to near flat or a little bit above flat, and then you'll be able to just pull it out nice and neatly. So the top comes out first and the bottom will come out after that. So from there you just get your Torx bit, and then you just got one screw in there. It's very obvious which one it is, and you unscrew it and then this bit pops out. So the aftermarket ones, if you don't get the OEM ones, the aftermarket ones have a slightly different arrangement. Honestly, they're a bit dodgy. I wouldn't recommend using aftermarket, but if you really need to, you can. So yeah, so there's the little locator thing. You just move that to undo that little hook, and then take the mirror out from there. So I must have put it back in the shed already. Anyway, what it is the aftermarket ones are really crappy. So you've got to actually use a pin removal tool. So one of these little pin removal tools, and you've got to push them over the end of the pin, and then you pull the wire out. It works fine, but the only crappy part is it's not an exact replacement of the existing clip that's in here. So it's a bit of a bloody nuisance, to be honest, because it doesn't slide into the locator pins properly, and when you try and put this back into its spot with the two connections of the on here, it's a bloody nuisance. It really is. It's stupid. If you can get them, buy them complete with the plastic and the pins in place. That would be the preference, instead of trying to stuff around with this arrangement that I did today. So in addition, you get this stupid thing. You get this little end LED light. It flashes sometimes and it stays on sometimes. So I've done both sides, and it's happening on both sides. So obviously there's a little bit of capacity or something, some sort of voltage that stays within these LEDs, and they just flash away for the first hour and then they disappear. Dunno, whatever, it is what it is. So to put it back in, you just put the screw back in, and then again insert from the bottom up on the mirror, and then you got a little bit of muck it around. So put the mirror all the way downwards so you can get as much access as the top as you can, and then you got to muck around trying to get that bloody pin back in, and it can be a prick. It is. So just before you take it off, mind you, before you take it off, take a little photo if you can of how it's in there. Well, it's very obvious how that goes. So before you put the mirror back in, just have a look at how the arrangement where the pin loops around. The little steel pin is about 3 inches long, where it loops around. So it's very easy. Once you get it, you just got to use a little scribe tool to actually push it down and let it loop under and catch on there. So when I pulled this one off, that pin was actually not even, it was there, but it wasn't in its right place. So I just pulled it off, and the whole mirror just fell off. So whoever did it for me obviously didn't quite get it right. So once it's in, it's very obvious. It's very obvious. Yeah, and give it a clean. So because you've got the mirror off and all this, give it all a good clean inside there, give it a clean in there and all that as well. You can see it flashes away, so I don't know whether other people have the problem with that, with these aftermarkets. I've got no idea. Anyway, moving on. So second job, convertible jobby. Had to replace the little, what they call boot partition struts. There you go, that's a mouthful. So pretty straightforward. Just put your boot in the upright position like that and that, as in your convertible roof bit. Now there's two jobs I had to do. I had to replace the pins here. That's very, very common that these die. I actually had a spare with the car, so that one's a brand new pin and it's got its little locator thing in there. Whereas the other one, I didn't actually buy two spares. I only had one spare when I got the car. All I did was just drill a small little hole and just put one of those mini, what are they? Mini, I don't know. It's not a circlet, but whatever they are. Yeah, these little bloody things, you know what I mean. So you just drill a hole in there and just put that in there, and that stays in there nicely. See, like that. It works well. Or you could just put a mini screw in there or something. It'll do the same job. So once I put those in, then I just replace the struts. That, again, these are really easy. So you just get geez, that light's annoying. There's one in there and then one there. You can see, I'll show you in a minute how to pull these apart. It's pretty standard. Just get a little tiny screw, not a little. I'll show you anyway. So anyway, I do one side, clip, and do the other side that side. Just put a little bit of grease on these, on the actual ball section on each of these. Put a little bit of grease. It just helps these little struts go into place. If you have just metal on metal, it's a bloody nuisance. So yeah, just make sure you do that. Don't do this job from the boot, it's a bloody nuisance. So put one in, one fits. Do the as in the right side first. That's nice and easy. And when you go and do the left side, just pull the partition thing into its alternative position. So pull it, it's a bit tight because I'm coming from the wrong angle. So just pull it into its alternative position upright, and then you'll have the strut up and down, and you'll be able to easily get it into that position there. So you can get the struts off eBay. I think they call them boot struts, I think, yeah, it was that's the tailgate, they call it, and this is the boot strut. So I think they're about 20 bucks for a pair or something like that. Not expensive. So yeah, make sure these are in position, because if they're not in position, once you put these under a fair bit of pressure, they're actually quite bloody tight, to be honest. They're actually pretty tight. But you're supposed to push it from the front, it picks up. Anyway, they're the two jobs I've done. It's pretty standard. I'll just quickly show you. You can see where they undo there. So you just get your little thing and just slide it in, and that pops out, and then you just pull it out, job done. So yeah, you can get these little, oh gosh, I wish I knew the name of these things. Those things, I can't remember. That's so stupid, I should know it. Other than that, this car is done. Oh, the only thing I have not worked out is that bloody thing. I've checked all the fuses. I can't seem to get the little air pump working. I can't even work out. They seem to, all the buttons work. So left and right sides both affected. So I don't know that one yet. That's my last job on this car. I've checked all the actuators. They're all good, no leaks. So I'm sweet with that. So yeah, I'll put this one to bed, and tomorrow onto that one. I'll get the reverse camera done, reverse sensors done, which is a bit of a job. So I'll work on that tomorrow, and then yeah, I've got a little boroscope camera I bought. That'll help me find where that bloody leak is on hydraulics. So it was cheap as chips. It's like 30 bucks for a little boroscope that plugs into your iPhone. Yeah, a little boroscope thing plugs in your iPhone, and then you can that'll let me go deep into these little crevices to try and find where this bloody leak is. So I know I can access most of them from here, but the problem is it doesn't work. It needs manual intervention. Hydraulic motor does the job, it's just not there yet. So anyway, I'll disappear. So those two jobs, job done. Happy with that. That's one less thing I need to do, which is great. This is just so much fun. I just You just don't get sick of these cars. I've been driving it for a month and I just can't get sick of it. I just love it. Anyway, cheerio. These are just the best, honestly. For the price, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. No worries, cheerio.